So how quickly the trade can recover is a question on everybody's mind today. And this report provides four different drivers that, if applied, it will certainly help accelerate the growth of trade and economic recovery in the next decade. And that is through the application of technology, cross-border trade, innovative policy developments, and investment in infrastructure, both physical and digital, that can collectively contribute to $18 trillion trade in the next decade.
This all sounds really good in theory, but what about putting it into practice when corporates are struggling amid the pandemic, governments are running out of money as well?
Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of recommendations that come out of the Future of Trade report. Obviously, under these challenging times, multilateral agreements is difficult, but regional and bilateral agreements can be sought out by governments, and businesses can also move towards adopting technology, recalibrating their supply chains towards more diversity, more simplification, and also reduction in costs that will increase goods trade by $4.7 trillion.
What's going to be the catalyst on this one, do you think, Feryal? Because we've got, obviously, the U.S. election just days away. Lots of questions about whether or not we'll see 4 more years of Donald Trump at this point. That, of course, impacting what we see in terms of U.S.-China trade talks. And certainly here in the GCC and the UAE in particular, oil is down, stuck around $40 per barrel. What's going to be the catalyst to get things moving again, given the backdrop of the global pandemic?
So the recovery from the pandemic and obviously the global geopolitical tensions between the US and China will set the trade landscape in the 2020s. And the outlook for global trade was already weak even before the pandemic. It was 1% down in 2019, year on year. And trade volumes following the pandemic are significantly down. In April of 2020, the World Trade Organization anticipates a global trade fall between 13 to 32%. And again, the recommendation is for willing partners to come together to cooperate, to look at bilateral regional agreements during this period, to adopt technology as much as they can, and also to look at injecting private capital to address some of the trade finance gaps that we see in the market today.